getting pretty, girl.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you great. You in your bedroom, girl. Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
Listen, I think I'm nervous. I don't even know if I want to do it no more.
Well, girl, well, you have to be a willing participant, so I can't force you. Do you want to continue? It's your call.
My heart beating fast. I think we can keep. Okay, let's go. If I get too nervous or overwhelmed, I'll just go away.
Just focus on me. What you drinking on?
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Oh, it looked pretty. I thought it
I
was
know.
something else.
No, this is how I don't drink, but I do like soda.
I don't drink either. What's your name? How do I pronounce your name?
So it's Nayana, but you can call me Nay.
I can remember Nayana.
Okay.
At least, okay, I'll use Nay as backup if I can. And then, but right now, I think I can remember Nayana. How old are you, Nayana?
41.
41. Where you calling me from, baby?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. You have any children?
2. My daughter is 20 and my son is 12.
Both by the same man?
No, 2 different dads. Her dad was murdered when she was 3.
Oh, sorry.
And then 8 years later, I had my son, and then his dad was murdered when he was 3.
You're crazy. This is both of your children's dads got murdered at the age of 3?
Yeah, I went through it twice. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's
Where do
why.
you live again? This is South Carolina. Is that violent?
Where I'm from, it is. I'm from Lancaster. It's a small town, but it does have I'm from the hood. So, but they were like innocent. Both of them were innocent. Like my son's dad was helping a cousin who got in some trouble, and so the guys that came were looking for his cousin, and then he ended up being the one because he was trying to protect his cousin, and so it went awry. And then my daughter's dad was an eyewitness on the scene of an accident. And so he was giving his statement, and a young guy came and like literally shot him in the back while in front of the police.
Because
Mhm.
so he
Because he
wouldn't give a
was,
statement?
yep. Mm-hmm.
But didn't he just go to jail after he shot him because you're doing it right
Yeah.
then and there?
Mm-hmm. Yep. They arrested him like right away, but he was underage, so he only did like 8 years.
You know, when I lived in Chicago, when I hosted a morning show at WGCI, it was the most challenging job I had in my journalistic, if that's the word I want to use, career, because it was so much trauma. And you know, when you are, you know, you're more than a radio personality in Chicago. Like you're invested into the city. And you know, I was born in Connecticut. So it used to break my heart because what I'm about to say next is it's like people learn to live through trauma. Like things like what you just said is like, how do you survive that? But it's like, yeah, that's what happened. And now I gotta go to Target. Yeah, and now I have to go to a birthday party. And it's like, whoa, take a beat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the amount of trauma that Black people are expected to survive
Mm-hmm.
and just live through and be normal. Be
Yep.
normal. It's like it was really hard for me because I would have so much empathy for the people that we would have to report on. Like how and kids. Like how do you go like it was very common to I hate to say this, but it was very common for kids to die in Chicago, right? So it was common to like have a classmate that got murdered. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how do you continue with 8th grade and your classmate was murdered? Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
it's 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 unfair, I want to say.
Yes.
The
It is.
amount of pain and suffering Black people are expected to just go through like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
For that, because a lot of people because where I'm from is really small, so they, during it, like people know you, because it's a smaller town or whatever. And I'm a makeup artist too, so people know who they know. And so people would always say, like, I don't know how you're so strong, or I don't know how you're able to do it. But I know that God has his way of carrying you through things.
Mm.
Like the peace that surpasses all understanding is a real thing, because I don't know either. Like, I don't know. I just know that I'm still alive. My children are still alive. So I have to be who I need to be to get us through whatever we're going to go through next. And I can't do that without God's help. And I
Amen.
have an amazing support system too. So
Amen. Amen. Well, I'm sorry you went through that. I'm sorry you went through that. All right, so here we go. So we got Nayana. What's your zodiac sign, honey?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. And what do you do for a living?
So I'm a makeup artist, but I also work for a Spectrum, a telecommunications company. I'm a lead there.
Okay. I think I know what spectrum is. All right, here we go.
Mhm.
So we got Nayana, 41 Scorpio from South Carolina, mom to two by two men. We already got the backstory of both her children's dads. Unfortunately, they both were. So do you say murdered?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that's what
yeah,
happened.
both her children's fathers were murdered.
Mhm.
We send our condolences. So, she's a makeup artist and also works for Spectrum. All
Mhm.
right, honey. What kind of man you looking for, girl? In that robe in your bedroom, you teasing him right now, girl. You like,
I
I
was
got
literally,
everything but you.
I was literally on the couch because I just went back to work this week. I don't want to give you any more bad news because we're gonna just keep it up. But I just went through something else. So, but it was my dad this time. But I just went back to work this week. So I was on the couch and I said, let me see if Kendra is live. Because now I feel like I'm ready. You know what I'm saying now. So when it comes down to like the type of guy I'm looking for, it's just somebody that's honest, somebody that's also ready, you know. And I think that sums it up. Somebody that's honest and also ready, knows what he wants. The lady prior to me made a really good point. Just like women, I'm not into men that go both ways, because I was looking at that today, and it's so many of them. Like I work with a guy, his makeup is prettier than mine. And then there's another guy that I'm training,
Not the
and
guy's makeup is better than
oh
yours.
my God, like it's so, like, you used to see it, like it's not something that's uncommon, right? But now it's like, dang. And so I was
That's
looking
true.
at one of them. I'm training one, and like his whole section of where he sits is just him and his boyfriend. And it's just like, and it's everywhere. So I just want somebody that's straight.
The last lady said that.
Yeah, she made a really good point.
Ooh, child. I guess, ladies, is this where we at? We gotta say it. Okay, okay. Anything else before I go to your deal breakers?
No, somebody that's honest, and that's it. Just somebody that's honest and likes women.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Liars, people who just want to string you along. If it's
Okay.
a friendship, let it be known. Like, just be honest and upfront about what it is that you want. I don't like liars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, should he look a certain way?
No, I just like men.
Mm-mm.
I like men. So
Just
long as
like
he's a
man,
man.
child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All
He don't
right.
have to be tall. He don't, like, I don't have a requirement. It's just long as he's honest and a decent person. Then yeah.
All right. What about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
So I mean, like, I'm like a regular person, not paycheck to paycheck, but I'm regular. So he doesn't have to be rich. He just needs to be able to provide for himself. Do the basic things in life. Have a home. Know what it's like to be a homeowner, or even rent if you're a long term renter. Have a vehicle. Know what car insurance is. Don't need me for anything other than companionship. Right out the gate, because a lot of times these guys really need, because I'm a mother, by like, I mother anybody. And a lot of these guys need mamas, or they want mamas. They just really want it. They want you for what they see your potential to be.
Hmm.
So you don't have to, like, I don't have an income requirement or a salary or anything. Just know what it's like to hold your own.
Okay. Um, should he look a certain way? You say you just gotta be a man, right?
Just a
Okay.
man.
All right, so now it's Nayana, right? Did I say it right?
Yep, I
Girl,
can't
the
believe
fact
it.
I don't get nobody name right, child. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, okay.
You keep drinking that Mountain Dew. I keep thinking it's something not Mountain Dew.
Nope, just Mountain Dew.
Just
So
Mountain Dew.
I don't know if you can really see, but these are my legs.
Ooh,
I am
ooh,
Ruby.
she got a wagon. She got a coming to the stage. Coming, Nayana said, hey. Hey, Nayana. They was like, you the Kendra Cam again, Nayana girl. All
I'm in
right.
your little app, like your streaming thing, so I can't see the comments. So I'm kind of glad because
Okay, no, yeah, girl, you don't. They're not really saying too much, to be quite honest. I don't pay it. I can't pay attention as much when I'm on YouTube because I be trying to focus on you. But girl, they ain't saying nothing.
okay, good. Thank
When
you,
was your last
Chris.
relationship, Nayana?
Mm. So my son is 12, and then his dad was murdered when he was 3. So it's been that long. I was seeing this guy, but oh, and I need to make that a preference too. Like, please don't be married. Married men love me. I don't know why, but I was seeing this guy. He was so nice. Like while my dad was sick, because my dad lived in Atlanta and I live here. So I was having to commute and I met this guy and he was like, so why do you travel? Like why he was like from London. It's like, so why do you travel so much? And I'm telling him what's going on. So he was taking me to see my dad. The whole time this man got a whole wife. So
Wait, how long were you dealing with him for?
we dealt for like a year. It was about a year, but I found
So how
out.
did you? Why did so you dealt with him for a year? In the year, when did you learn he had a wife? A year?
No, it was about he was a when I tell you like the best liar. And then like whenever I would get really suspicious and like certain questions I would ask, he would come around more to fill in those gaps about like what I'm questioning about time. So then it would make me think, well, he is maybe just a businessman, or he is maybe
Wait, so hold on. A year? Were y'all in a relationship?
it was it was a whole oh he just loved me type of thing. We never sat down and said like we were in a relationship.
So
But
it was a situationship. When I talked about this in Cam Newton's interview, how I think, so it was a situationship.
it was, but the question was asked. He asked me first if I was married. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not married. Are you married? He told me no. So me, I don't mind taking things slower because I do have 2 children. You know, my daughter is 20 years old. My son is 12. So you do want to vet people, before when you have children that age because they're so aware of everything. So we did a lot of things just he and I. And but I did have questions or I had concerns. And so I would bring them up and I'm talking about lie so good that it had me questioning myself. Like, well, maybe I'm tripping or maybe I need to relax or maybe I just need to calm down. So, yeah, so I wouldn't count him as a relationship. It was definitely a situationship. So my last real relationship was my son's dad.
Right, right. Okay. So you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
With the situationship guy. So like a year ago.
Okay. Oh, so that ended a year ago. Got
Yeah.
you.
Hmm.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm not consistent. Um, I have my self-esteem isn't where it should be. So I have that. And I think I'm like overly compassionate. Like I give too many passes. I think if my self-esteem were where it needed to be, my tolerance would be like yours.
In what
No
way?
nonsense. Like no nonsense. Like I have like a zero tolerance, but then the compassionate side of me is like, oh man, well maybe he just needs or even when it comes down to like friendships, or maybe she just needs, or maybe it's always like that maybe type of thing whenever I really should just be sure about the decision I made and just leave people where they are. So I need to work on my self-esteem. That's the
Well,
main one.
okay. And thank you for what you said to me. If your talents was where I would be in confidence. Um, I thank you for that. I definitely am confident, but I think my no tolerance is kind of due to my age. Shouts to Taraji P. Henson, and she did an interview a while back with Kiki Palmer, and I think Kiki Palmer asked her like, what was the great thing about Asian? And then Taraji said, "You no longer give a f." Like you finally don't give a F about what other people think. And I'm 46, right? So it's Taraji, shouts to Taraji P. Henson. I resonate with that. Like it's more so like I don't have energy. And also I learned this. I'm really busy. So my time is the
Mhm.
most if I give you my time, that's more than I would rather give you money than my time because my time is
Mhm.
so valuable to me. So if you can't waste my time. When you get older, you be like, honey, that's why you don't argue no more. Cause you like, cause
Mhm.
you know arguing is a gift. Because
Mhm.
I'm gonna get tired, I'm gonna exhaust arguing with your ass. Ain't nobody arguing. When you get to this age, honey, your cutoff game, your baby, I'm not wasting no energy on nothing that is not adding on to my life. And that's why you
Mhm.
start to learn that silence, that you just remove yourself. So yes, I'm confident, but I think my low tolerance is due to me getting older too.
I can
It's a
appreciate that.
yeah, and everybody, I don't care what they say, what they try to tell you, my life gets better the older I get.
Mhm.
So do
I've
not be
noticed
afraid of
that.
aging. Yes, do not be afraid of aging. It gets better. All right. So here's the last question, Naomi. Oh shoot, now I can't say it right.
Nayana, the O is short.
Nayana. Okay.
Mhm.
Nayana. Why would I gotta be lucky to be with you?
Well, because I'm amazing. Like I'm just amazing. Like I'm spiritually grounded. Um I'm like here is where you're gonna get peace. It's just peaceful. My children are very well behaved. My daughter's in nursing school. She's also a cosmetologist. So she practices she's a nail tech with that's what she does with her license. My son is the best child God could have ever given anybody. Like he's amazing. So you will not just love me, but you would love my whole package. My whole package. I have children, but it's not baggage. Like I don't come with baggage. You know, I
I,
am established, and you can come here not to like build a hoe. You know, I just wanted
you
to say
said
that
build a what?
a hoe, but that was a joke. You know how
Wait,
you
wait,
know how men say
Nayana, why would you say that?
because
You
men
what?
say
Wait
that
a
kind of
minute,
stuff.
Nayana, girl, we was doing good.
Men say that kind of stuff. Like I don't want to build a hoe. Like you know how.
But you're not a hoe to be built. You're not a hoe. So
Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
not
No, no,
talking
no,
about
not at
you.
all. No, it was literally just a joke. It was just a joke.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
that was just a joke. But yeah, you don't have to. You don't. Nothing over here is required. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that'll be done is just an add-on. You know, so I think that's why.
I love it. Okay. Nayana, correct? So Nayana, 41 Scorpio, South Carolina. Mom to two. Do you mind if the guy has kids?
Mm-mm, no, I love children as long as they're not bad.
Okay. Should he be in South Carolina?
No, he doesn't have to be. I would
Okay.
prefer not. Like I don't.
Okay. Now, are you inside the Kendra G singles dating app?
I was downloading it whenever you asked the other lady about it, so
Okay.
I'll have it up and done by 12.
Okay, so when your name is unique, we have usernames. It's like, let me show it to y'all. It's like Instagram. So you'll have when it asks for your username, put in Nayana. Okay.
Okay.
And this is the dating app. Kendra G Singles, the dating app. We
Okay.
go live inside the dating app too. All right, Nayana. Well, listen, I enjoy talking to you and I wish you the best, honey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good
You welcome.
night.
You bye, honey. Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.